The turnaround. In the small town of Willowbrook, there lived a family who, despite their financial hardships, always found a way to smile through their struggles. The family consisted of Mr. and Mrs. Thompson and their only son, Jake. Mr. Thompson worked as a janitor at the local school, and Mrs. Thompson sewed clothes for the townspeople. They didn't have much, but they had each other and a modest roof over their heads. Jake, however, was a source of constant worry for his parents. He had a good heart, but was easily led astray by the wrong crowd. In his late teens, Jake started spending time at the local gambling den, convinced that a big win would solve all their problems. Despite his parents' warnings, Jake's visits to the den became more frequent. He often came home late, empty-handed, and filled with regret. One night, Jake gambled away the little savings his parents had managed to put aside. He had hoped to win enough to pay off their debts and maybe even afford a few luxuries. Instead, he lost everything. When he returned home and confessed, his parents were devastated. They didn't scold him, but their disappointment was palpable. Jake saw the hurt in their eyes and felt a crushing weight of guilt and shame. Determined to make amends, Jake decided he needed to change. He stopped going to the gambling den and sought work wherever he could find it. He picked up odd jobs, working tirelessly from dawn to dusk. He mowed lawns, delivered groceries, and even helped the local carpenter with repairs. Slowly but surely, he started to save money. During this time, Jake also began attending a support group for people struggling with gambling addiction. There, he met others who had faced similar challenges and learned coping mechanisms to resist the lure of gambling. The group's leader, a man named Sam, became a mentor to Jake, offering guidance and encouragement. Months passed, and Jake's hard work began to pay off. He managed to save enough to cover the losses he had caused. One evening, he handed his parents an envelope filled with money. "I'm sorry for everything," he said, tears welling up in his eyes. "I've been trying to make things right." Mr. and Mrs. Thompson embraced their son, their hearts filled with pride. They could see the changes in him, the maturity, the sense of responsibility. They forgave him completely, knowing he had learned a valuable lesson. Jake's transformation didn't stop there. With Sam's encouragement, he enrolled in a vocational school to learn carpentry. He discovered a passion for working with wood and soon became an apprentice to the local carpenter. His dedication and skill earned him a reputation in Willowbrook, and he started getting more and more job offers. Eventually, Jake saved enough to not only pay off all the family's debts, but also to start his own carpentry business. He hired a few of his friends from the support group, giving them a second chance just as he had been given. The business flourished, and Jake's work became known for its quality and craftsmanship. Years later, the Thompsons' modest home was transformed. The financial struggles were a distant memory, and the family thrived. Jake's journey from a troubled youth to a successful, responsible adult became an inspiration to many in Willowbrook. He often spoke at community events and schools, sharing his story to help others avoid the pitfalls he had faced. In the end, the Thompsons were no longer defined by their hardships, but by their resilience and the remarkable turnaround of their son. The once poor family now had not only financial stability, but also a deeper bond and a profound sense of pride in Jake's transformation. Summary. The turnaround tells the poignant story of the Thompson family who, despite enduring financial hardships, remained united by love. Their son, Jake, fell into the grip of gambling, leading to further strain on the family's limited resources. However, through perseverance, hard work, and the support of a caring community, Jake transformed his life. He overcame his addiction, repaid his family's debts, and eventually established a successful carpentry business, becoming a source of inspiration in Willowbrook. The story teaches us that no matter how dire the circumstances, it is never too late to change. With determination, support, and the willingness to make amends, one can overcome even the most challenging obstacles. It highlights the importance of resilience, responsibility, and the power of a supportive community in helping individuals turn their lives around.